the painkiller Bextra, the cholesterol-lowering drug Crestor, Meridia for weight loss, and Ceravent for asthma. Back then, the FDA took issue with Graham's analysis, but a year later, the agency has ended up issuing alerts or label changes on 3 of the drugs, Accutane, Bextra, and Crestor. Their makers have complied with FDA changes and say their drugs are safe when used as directed. In the case of the painkiller Bextra, the FDA pulled it off the market entirely, citing safety concerns, a decision Graham takes no comfort in.
It was so duplicitous, it was so ingenuous, it was such a lie to the public because all of those things were known before Bextra was approved.
Today, believe it or not, Graham still works at FDA. With so many watching, he figures he won't get fired, but
it's clear that I'm persona non grata. And so I think the way they have treated me now is to ignore me and hope I'll go away.
For now, at least, Dr. Graham plans to stick around and keep calling it the way he sees it. Cheryl Atkinson, CBS News, Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Next up on tonight's CBS Evening News, the earthquake research that is shaking up building safety codes.
Oh, you're aching back. It's impossible to drive long distances or even do daily activities. Introducing Dr. Grosso's Back Relief Belt, a brand new way to relieve minor back pain when you need it most. The Back Relief Belt is a custom lumbar support that you wear, and the secret to its success is the hidden pump that inflates the belt to exactly the support level you need.
Well, I've had problems with my back for quite a while. I have 3 herniated discs, and driving was especially a problem. I drove to Florida with my wife, and I wore the belt the whole time. And for the first time, I was able to get out of the car and stand up straight without pain in my back.
The Back Relief Belt quickly adjusts to any waist size and provides dynamic support right where you need it. It can even be worn under clothing. It's perfect for the car, providing portable relief. It goes with you to the office for all-day comfort. It even goes home when it's time to relax.
You can put it on, and it's instant relief.
Forget about rolled-up pillows. The Back Relief Belt makes every chair your favorite chair. You can get your one-size-fits-all Back Relief Belt for only $19.95, and will also include the Guide to a Pain-Free Back, featuring Dr. Grosso's tips for a strong, healthy back. But that's not all. We'll also send you our reusable hot and cold packs for soothing heat and cooling relief right in your back belt. Yours absolutely free. So pump for custom support. Pump for lasting comfort. Pump for minor back relief everywhere you go.
It's adjustable, you can take it anywhere, and it definitely works.
It works.
It absolutely works.
To order Dr. Grosso's Back Relief Belt for just $19.95 plus $7.95 shipping and processing, call 1-800-749-1726. Order now and get the reusable hot and cold packs and Dr. Grosso's Guide absolutely free. So call now at 1-800-749-1726. Must be 18 or older to call.
Common sense tells you that stronger is better. That's why California enacted stiff new building codes following a major earthquake 12 years ago. But now a dramatic new test has experts thinking quite differently about that, as we hear now from Vince Gonzalez.
The earthquake that shook this 7-story building in Southern California wasn't the big one, it was a man-made one. Video just released by UC San Diego shows what happens to a structure hit with double the force found at the epicenter of a 1994 quake. That one killed 47 people and destroyed buildings and bridges near Los Angeles. Built over a giant moving platform that can simulate quakes, the test building swayed. Cracks opened and closed as if the building were breathing, but it didn't fall.
And the damage which we see in the wall could easily be repaired, and the building would be ready for the next big earthquake.
And the dean of the engineering school says the tower was not built to California's tough building codes on purpose, and that's why it's still standing.
In earthquakes, stronger is not always better. And so this particular test we're doing here will actually show that our current building code provisions are not necessarily safe.
Engineers here say with less concrete and steel, a more flexible structure will bend, not break. California builders who help fund the tests say the safer buildings will also be cheaper. The lessons scientists and engineers are learning here about how to protect buildings from earthquakes are also being used to protect buildings from terrorists. The same powerful machine which can fake a quake can also simulate bomb blasts. Concrete columns crumble when hit with the force of a bomb. So researchers are adapting carbon fiber sheets already used for quake protection. When the sheets are wrapped around columns, a blast barely moves them. This technique is now protecting embassies and buildings in regions around the world where the hope is the big one, natural or man-made, never happens. Vince Gonzalez, CBS News, San Diego.
And that's the CBS Evening News for this Sunday. Later on CBS 60 Minutes and the oil sands boom in Western Canada. Tomorrow on the early show, presidential counselor Dan Bartlett. I'm John Roberts in New York. Thanks for making CBS your choice for news. Have a good night.
For news 24 hours a day, click on CBSNews.com. Brought to you in part by Walmart, working together with local suppliers to bring your community local goods, job opportunities, and low prices. Experience CBS News.
A hit-and-run driver leaves a 4-year-old girl dead. We'll have the latest on the horrible end to a young life already filled with so much tragedy. And a fire in the West Valley burned through some dangerously dry brush. Details in a live report. And the cameras are working. We'll have the latest on Scottsdale's plan to slow traffic on the 101. Coming up next on CBS 5 News at 5:30.
Hi, I'm Dan Marley for Accent Windows. Accent Windows is big on saving you money this summer. Replacing your old windows adds value, comfort, and beauty to your home. Here's an idea that's long on savings and big on value. That's right, free installation. Trust Accent Windows. They've been making homes in the Southwest more comfortable for 20 years. And now the installation is free. Call today or visit the new showroom just past Arizona Mills, 1 mile west of I-10 on Baseline Road. Accent Windows, built, installed, guaranteed.
Right now at the Room Store during our huge super sale, save up to 50% off and get no money down, no interest, and no payments till August 2007 with no minimum purchase. Save on this 7-piece suede cloth living room with sofa, love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, only $11.87. This contemporary 7-piece living room, only $13.87. Or this plush pillow top 7-piece living room, only $18.87. On sale. The Room Store super sale with no money down, no interest, no payments till August 2007. It's a slam dunk. At the Room Store. Ends Tuesday.
Thanks for making CBS 5 the most watched station in the Valley. Live, late-breaking, investigative. CBS 5 News at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. Glad you're joining us. I'm Christina Walford. A hit-and-run crash has left a 4-year-old girl dead. This tragedy strikes a family already suffering from the loss of 3 family members murdered 6 months ago. Last July, Rodrigo Cervantes Zavala allegedly shot and killed his girlfriend's mother, father, and brother, then took off with her 2 children to Mexico. He was captured, and the children, Brian and Jennifer, were reunited with their mother. Today, Jennifer was hit and killed in a Queen Creek parking lot. It happened just after 1 this afternoon near Riggs and Power Road. CBS 5's Kara Lou is live now with more on how that hit-and-run driver was caught. Kara?
Christina, some good Samaritans saw what happened here and followed that hit-and-run driver home. That helped deputies track him down more easily. Meanwhile, some other good Samaritans did what they could for the little girl here at the scene, but it was too late. 4-year-old Jennifer Cervantes was helping out this afternoon, sweeping the parking lot as her mom sold items next to this market. Deputies say that's when a truck swerved into the parking lot, running her over.
And the individual pulled across the street, got out, checked the damage of his vehicle, saw her lying in the parking lot, and took off.
A medical helicopter rushed her to the hospital, but it was too late. The little girl's head and neck injuries were too severe. Tonight, a mother who months ago dealt with the murder of her parents and brother and the kidnapping of her 2 children is now coping with an unthinkable turn of events.
Incredible devastation. They've lost 4 family members since July of 05. So the mother was here when it happened. They're an extremely close family. They've been brought together for the recent trauma, tragedy to the family, and now they have to face this.
These two witnesses followed the hit-and-run driver to his home nearby. Investigators tell us the 67-year-old driver admitted to hitting the little girl. And deputies tell us it's too early to say why the driver did not stop or whether he may have been under the influence. Sheriff Joe Arpaio is giving us a briefing in a couple of hours, and we hope to have some more of those answers for you tonight at 10 o'clock. Live in the Far East Valley, Carol Liu, CBS 5 News.
All right, thanks very much, Kara. Well, a sign of just how dry it is here in the valley, there has been no measurable rain in 96 days. Today, a brush fire broke out in the West Valley, sending black smoke into the air. The fire is in the Gila River bottom near El Mirage and Indian Springs in Avondale. CBS 5's Peter Bush is there live now with more on the fire and those dry conditions. Peter?
Christina, those large pillars of black smoke that you referenced are no longer visible. They have vanished in the past hours. The fire has been extinguished, but this is no doubt a premonition of things to come. Let me show you this. There's a lush green tree in the background. You can see it. That is what firefighters say all the vegetation in this riverbed is supposed to look like this time of year, but instead that's sticking out like a sore thumb among the crispy golden and brown trees that surround it, already ripe for burning. Now, this fire reportedly started in a tree, quickly spread to 50 acres. 2 helicopters were called in. There were no evacuations because this is a remote area and no homes were burned, but firefighters did find a trailer in the brush by the fire. Nobody was inside and the structure was protected. So all in all, no damage today, but that will not lift the spirits of firefighters. They say 2006 starting off with the worst imaginable fire conditions.
We're now still have leftover brush from last season's growth, except for we're already dry. We have been having field fires and brush fires all throughout the winter. It has not stopped for us. We have not taken our brush gear off the trucks yet. We have not had a time to recover yet. So we went from one season right into the other without a break.
And this is just another reminder, firefighters say it doesn't matter where you live in the valley, clear a 30-foot barrier between your home and any brush, anything that's around your home. Clear it out. As for this fire, no idea how it started. The investigation is just now getting underway. Reporting live in Avondale, Peter Bush, CBS 5 News.
All right, thanks very much, Peter. So is there any rain in the forecast? Here's Chief Meteorologist Mike Harvey. Mike?
Christina, no rain in the immediate forecast. I want you to take a look at this, the Indian Springs fire. I time-lapsed it earlier today. You can see the smoke that is rising right there. Now, one benefit we had today in fighting this fire, winds at the surface relatively calm. You can see the smoke is going straight up, does not start going sideways till the upper level winds catch it. So that was a benefit today, that we did see some light winds and are still seeing light winds across the valley at this time. Goodyear winds at 5 miles per hour. Of course, the problem we've had is that it has been very dry, relative humidity at 22%, dew point at 10 degrees, 96 days in a row without rain. Now, we do have a chance of some rain coming our way. I'm going to tell you about that coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks very much, Mike. A Valley man is behind bars accused of breaking into a home and then tying up and robbing the 2 people inside. Gary Crabtree was booked on armed robbery and kidnapping charges. He was caught down the street from the home he allegedly broke into near Central and Camelback. Police say he stole money from the victims, then bound them before leaving and taking their car. The 2 victims are okay. A fire destroyed a Valley restaurant overnight. The Pizza Hut at 51st Avenue in Thomas caught fire just after midnight. Despite efforts by firefighters to get the flames under control, the building was a total loss. No one was hurt. The cause of the fire is now under investigation. Well, starting today, Scottsdale becomes the first city in the nation to catch speeders on a highway with permanent speed enforcement cameras. Right now, anyone going 76 miles per hour or faster on Scottsdale section of the 101 from 90th Street to Scottsdale Road will just get a warning in the mail. But the warning period expires in 30 days. Starting on February 22nd, speeders will get tickets with the average fine of $157. The Barrett-Jackson car auction is wrapping up in Scottsdale right now. Not counting today's bidding, sales have already topped $74 million. The top seller is this 1950 GM Future Line tour bus. It sold for more than $4 million. This futuristic style bus still runs and has even toured Canada. The number 2 car, this 1954 Pontiac Bonneville, sold for $2.8 million. This concept car was designed to compete with a Chevy Corvette. This car and the Futureliner bus were purchased by the same buyer and will become the centerpiece of a private collection. This year, 1,600 cars and motorcycles were up for sale at the 35th annual Barrett-Jackson car auction. Despite rumors the auction might move to other parts of the valley, President Craig Jackson says he wants to continue holding the event at Westworld. He says Scottsdale and Barrett-Jackson grew up together. Valley police officers spent their morning remembering fallen officers. 600 police officers and Valley residents took part in the Race to Remember to raise money for families of fallen officers. The goal, to send the family members to National Police Week in Washington, D.C.
It gives them the chance to heal. There's seminars that go on in Washington, D.C. There's a candlelight vigil. There's a memorial service. It's a whole week for those families to meet up with other families that are going through the same thing that they're going through, or that have gone through the same thing they're going through.
5 officers lost their lives in the line of duty last year here in Arizona. It has been 2 days since the deadline passed. Coming up, the latest on what's being done to free a kidnapped American journalist in Iraq. And strong words from Senator John McCain about 2 nations and the U.S.'s dependence on foreign oil.
This is CBS 5 News with Christina Wofford. Weather with meteorologist Bob Jeswold. And sports with Gary Cruz. Live, late-breaking, investigative. CBS 5 News.
Welcome to Extreme Meth Over, where we'll show you how using any form of methamphetamine will change your life. Our Meth Over begins by giving our 2 contestants the sensation that bugs are crawling beneath their skin. Meth makes them pick at their bodies, leaving scabs and scars all over their face and arms. Then we deteriorate muscle tissue and throw in tooth decay and brain damage.
Meth poses a greater threat to our community than any other drug. Please talk to your children about the extreme dangers of meth.
You ladies look fit and trim, and doesn't that shiny black Coit van look fit and trim, huh?
That's why I called Coit.
Oh, smart move.
Well, my neighbor recommended that I call Coit, so I knew they'd do a great job.
Oh, good. Do you all call Coit to get your carpet and air ducts clean?
And upholstery.
Oh, look, there goes another one. I think they're having a sale.
Save 35% on carpet, upholstery, and drapery cleaning during Coit's to-do list sale. That's 35% off.
That's what happens when people see the shiny black van.
Call 1-800-4COIT and save.
My savings plan? McDonald's Big and Tasty Sandwich. Just $1 every day. Now that's a wise investment.
Liberty Buick's New Year's sales event is going on right now. Hurry in for some of the year's best deals on over 300 new Buicks in stock, including the quietest, safest, most luxurious Buick ever built, the brand new 2006 Lucerne. Available with 60 standard features plus Buick's 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, starting at $25,990. Plus, during this event, get up to 120% of Kelley Blue Book for your trade-in. Don't miss Liberty Buick's New Year's sales event, now through January 31st, 87th Avenue and Bell Road.
Taking a live look from one of our CBS 5 News Valley camps of a beautiful sunset. Temperature outside right now 67 degrees. In Iraq today, militants targeted the home of an Iraqi police officer, killing his 4 children and his brother. Also today, the bodies of 23 men were found partially buried about 50 miles north of Baghdad. They were abducted and murdered last week while traveling from Baghdad to their homes in Samarra after failing to get accepted at a police recruit center. There is still no word from the people holding American journalist Jill Carroll hostage. They wanted the U.S. to release female Iraqi prisoners. That deadline passed on Friday. Some harsh accusations against defense contractor Halliburton. The company is accused of supplying contaminated water to American troops and civilians in Iraq. Employees say they made company officials aware of the problem, but they didn't tell anyone. Halliburton denies the claims. According to the Associated Press, the Senate will hold a public inquiry into the allegations tomorrow. Some tough talk today from Arizona Senator John McCain. He says America needs to act soon so that we're not dependent on countries like Iran and Venezuela for our oil supplies.
We better understand the vulnerabilities that our economy and our very lives have, that when we're dependent on Iranian mullahs and wackos in Venezuela.
Well, the remark is a reference to Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. Venezuela is the world's 5th largest oil exporter. Iran is OPEC's 2nd largest producer. McCain, who's considering a run for the White House in 2008, says the U.S. needs to move quickly to obtain independence from foreign oil, and that means going back to nuclear energy. A cold and scary night for a group of hikers in Utah. Coming up, we'll show you how they were rescued from the side of a snow-covered mountain.
In February, take a break from the Olympics or your favorite program and give CBS 5 News 5 minutes. Breaking news, top valley stories, all in the first 5 minutes. Join Kent, Dana, and Catherine Anaya for live, late-breaking investigative news coverage. CBS 5 News at 10.
Folks, volume sales are based on 3 things: price, selection, and service. Get it all at Peoria Pontiac GMC. Over 600 Pontiacs and GMCs to choose from. #1 Pontiac GMC dealer in Arizona, 6 years running. Choose from an 06 G6 starting at $14,991, or a well-equipped full-size GMC Yukon starting at $25,991. Peoria Pontiac GMC, 87th Avenue and Bell Road, family-owned, family-operated, family member on duty. Reasons why you need to be here.
The wound center was great. I would recommend it for anyone that has a hard-to-heal wound.
If you have any of these hard-to-heal wounds, including spider bites, surgical incisions, or pressure sores, call the Wound Center today for the location nearest you. 480-333-5152. There is help.
If it wasn't for the Wound Center, I would have lost my leg.
The Wound Centers, where healing begins.
With AAA auto insurance, when the unfortunate happens, it can feel like it never happened. Visit AAA.com for an auto insurance quote and see how affordable peace of mind can be. AAA, and on you go.
I'm at the Grammys, baby!
Here's your chance to sing your way to the Grammys. Get on down to Gila River Casino's Wild Horse Pass on Wednesdays and work the room. Weekly winners will compete in the finals to attend the 48th Annual Grammy Awards live in L.A. Be the star so you can see the stars as they come out on Wednesday, February 8th at 7 p.m. on CBS 5. Gila River Casino's Sing Your Way to the Grammys at Wild Horse Pass every Wednesday. CBS 5 Morning News, now with weather and traffic on the 5s. That means you're never more than 10 minutes away from the weather and traffic you need before you head out the door. It's what you want in the morning, guaranteed. Only on CBS 5 Morning News.
Finally, a diet that celebrates food. With the Sonoma diet, you'll see results in just 10 days. Enjoy food and lose weight for life. Get your copy today.
Seven hikers were rescued today from Mount Olympus in Utah. A helicopter plucked them one by one from the side of the mountain this morning. They spent a frigid night with rescuers last night. The hikers were making their way down the mountain's backside when one woman lost her footing and fell 90 feet, knocking others down with her and stranding them on a steep slope. That woman reportedly broke her back. In West Virginia today, church services were packed as family and friends remember 2 lost coal miners. The bodies of 33-year-old Don Bragg and 47-year-old Elvis Hatfield were found yesterday deep inside the Melville mine. The men became trapped Thursday night when a conveyor belt caught fire. 19 other coal workers got out safely.
Everybody in this community said it's a bad thing.
They have not died in vain. They're going to look back and one day say, because of my dad or because of my uncle or my brother or my cousin, we have laws now that other people will be saved.
Their deaths come just weeks after the January 2nd explosion that left 12 other West Virginia miners at the Sago mine dead of carbon monoxide poisoning. The governor says he'll introduce legislation tomorrow in response